What is up, you guys? I wanted to share with you guys like a few tips or tricks or things. And the idea here is to never, ever, ever diet again. And I know for some of you ladies who have been on diets for your whole entire life, that sounds like some sort of like voodoo witchcraft, like impossible. But if you stay with me and you hear me out, like it is actually a reality. It can actually be a reality. And the reality here is the reason I'm sharing this with you is because we know that diets don't work. So like so many women come to me and they're like, Jess, I did XYZ diet and I lost weight and then I gained it back. Or I did this and I didn't lose any weight. Or I did this and I couldn't stick to it, right? And it's like this plague that plagues, well, diet culture, right? Because diets suck and diets are hard. And we know, again, from research that diets don't actually work. So if you are here with me today, I want you to go ahead and I want you to tell me in the comments, what is the worst diet that you've ever done? Go ahead, put it in the comments. That's how you'll let me know that you're here. I bet we'll all have some laughs together. What is the worst diet that you've ever done? I'm trying to think of the worst diet I've ever done. And I think probably it was eating like the packaged foods because I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. It was always frozen. I was always hungry, even though I was paying like a freaking arm and a leg for this food, right? I think that's probably like one of the worst ones I've done, although I've done some other like really stupid ones before. But for me personally, I think that was the one that was like just the dumbest because I actually really like food. So I was like eating like this packaged weird food. So anyways, so spring is here. And I know a lot of you guys in January were like, this is going to be my year. And you're like, oh crap, how's this going to be my year? It's already freaking almost April. But the reality is there's still time to get to where you want to be by summertime, right? So, but we know that the quick fixes and the diets aren't working for you. So how do you really get to this place where you never, ever, ever have to diet again? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is literally just to stop dieting. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to lose weight if I don't diet? So what I find is like the most toxic or the biggest problem is that people always want to put a label on how they're eating. And so women come to me and they're like, what is this? I've done Weight Watchers, I've done keto, I've done paleo, I've done low carb, I've done the thing. And they always want to put like a label on how they eat. Like if you ask me how I eat, like I just eat. I just eat. I don't follow, there's not like a rule for how I eat. Like I just eat food. And my clients, like they just eat food. They don't all eat the same thing. They don't all enjoy the same things. They don't all have the same requirements, or quite frankly, they don't all like the same things, right? And so like there is no label for it. The label for it is like, what does your body want? What does your body like? What does your body feel good with, right? And when you pair that with eliminating stress, so that you're not emotionally eating, you're not stress eating, when you're actually working on your mindset and food is actually doing its job, you don't need a label for your food. And so I know this, you're probably expecting something like mind blowing, but that's the reality is like how to never diet again is to literally stop freaking going on diets and figure out what does my body like? What does my body respond to, right? Because at the end of the day, you have weight you want to lose, right? And so I'm not saying like, oh, just sit around and eat Doritos and poof, you're going to be able to lose weight. Like we all know, obviously that's not what I'm saying, right? But like the reality is like, why does it need a label? Why does it need a name? Like how do we actually know what your body even freaking likes, right? So here you are eating like keto because somebody says that works. Well, that's great. It works for them. But maybe you couldn't stop pooping your pants when you did keto, or you lost all your hair, right? It doesn't work. We don't need labels. Like again, if you ask me how I eat, and I'll tell you, I'm in better shape now than I've ever been in, and I just eat food. Like, and sometimes that food is pizza, and sometimes that food is like, organic chicken, right? And sometimes it's broccoli, and sometimes it's a glass of wine. Like it's all over the place, right? It doesn't have a label. It doesn't have a name, right? But I can assure you that I was on this endless string of having to label and name my food, right? I'm doing this program. I'm doing that program. I'm doing this thing. I'm doing the paleo. And I have all these freaking cookbooks for all the things and all the stuff. And I've got all these like weird special ingredients that I had to order, right? Like all this nonsense, right? And it always had like a label, and I was like covering a chicken with bacon and like all kinds of nonsense and like really like weird ingredients, right? You know it because you've been there too, right? Because I was always following these diets. Now I eat the food that I like to eat. I don't always eat the same thing. It rotates, sometimes with the season, sometimes with my taste, sometimes with how busy I am. And that's what I strive to teach my clients as well, because that is actual freedom, right? There are no actual rules. There is no actual restriction. Again, some days I eat chicken and broccoli, and some days I eat a freaking piece of pizza and have ice cream, right? And that is actual freedom, because I don't have to fit it into this set of rules. I don't have to fit it into whatever this book says. I don't have to buy all these weird freaking ingredients to make shit because that's what you're supposed to make on this plan, right? And it's absolute incredible freedom. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So if you have not put your worst diet ever in the comments, I want to see the worst diet you have ever done in the comments. Again, we're probably going to have some laughs together. I know some of y'all have done some packaged food as well. So that was my worst diet ever. But I want to hear yours in the comments. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys today is stop dieting, start living, start learning what your body likes, start learning what your body wants, start learning what your body needs, right? And stop trying to label it. You're going to be so much more successful when you don't have to fit your food into like one specific like thing or area. You just know what works for you and you're able to live like that forever, right? Because my diet includes things that I like and things that I want and things that work for my body, right? I could do it forever. I've been doing it for years and years and years, and I'm going to do it for years and years and years to come, right? And so it's easy. It's really, really, really easy. It's not hard. It's not easy to get there though. It does take work to get there, but the work is all up here. The work is all up here. If you've been dieting for your whole life, the work is all up here. I hate to break it to you guys, but we'll save that for another video. All right, guys, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day.